My blind date never showed up. Then the waitress sat down and said, "Can I tell you something?" I knew something was wrong the moment the waitress looked at my phone and quietly said, "You're Daniel, right?" I froze. My blind date had never shown up. I had been sitting alone at the small corner table for almost an hour, staring at an untouched cup of coffee and wondering why someone I had never met would make me wait without even sending a message. But the waitress knew my name. And what she told me next made me question everything I thought I knew about the woman I had been waiting for. If you enjoy emotional and mysterious stories like this, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell us your opinion in the comments. My name is Daniel, and at 38, I had almost stopped believing in second chances. After my divorce, I spent years focusing on work. My little apartment was clean, quiet, and painfully empty. I missed having someone to talk to at the end of the day. I missed family dinners, laughter, and even the little arguments that made a house feel alive. One evening, my younger sister, Emily, convinced me to try a dating app. "You can't spend the rest of your life hiding behind your laptop," she told me. I laughed, but eventually I agreed. A few weeks later, I started talking to a woman named Rachel. Her profile was simple. No fancy vacations. No expensive restaurants. Just a picture of a woman smiling beside an old red pickup truck. We talked almost every night. Rachel told me she worked with children and loved quiet places. She said she had a teenage son named Noah. She also said she had been through a difficult time and was afraid of trusting people again. Something about her felt honest. After 2 weeks, we decided to meet at a little family restaurant downtown. That evening, I arrived 10 minutes early. At 7 o'clock, she wasn't there. At 7:15, I checked my phone. Nothing. At 7:30, I sent her a message. "Everything okay?" No response. Then, at 7:42, my phone buzzed. It was from an unknown number. "Please don't leave yet." I stared at the message. Before I could reply, another message arrived. "Just wait." My heart started beating faster. Who was this? I looked toward the restaurant entrance, expecting Rachel to walk through the door. She didn't. Instead, I noticed the waitress standing near the counter, watching me. Her name tag said Lily. She had been serving me all evening, but now her expression had completely changed. She walked toward my table slowly. "Mr. Carter?" "Yes?" She glanced around the restaurant before lowering her voice. "Can I tell you something?" I nodded. "Rachel isn't coming tonight." My stomach dropped. "You know her?" Lily hesitated. "Yes." That one word created 100 questions. Why didn't she tell me herself? Lily looked toward the kitchen. I don't think she could. Before I could ask what that meant, her phone rang. She stepped away and answered it. "Hello?" Her voice became tense. "No, he's still here." She looked directly at me. Then she whispered, "I understand." She hung up. I stood. "Lily, what's going on?" She shook her head. "Please sit down." I did. Then she pulled out a chair. "There are things Rachel wanted you to know," she said. But she was afraid. Afraid of me? No. She looked down. Afraid you would think she was lying. I felt a strange pressure in my chest. What exactly is happening? Lily didn't answer immediately. Instead, she asked, did Rachel ever tell you about Noah's father? Yes. She said he passed away several years ago. Lily's face changed. He didn't. I stared at her. What? He's alive. For several seconds, I couldn't speak. Then my phone rang. It was Rachel. I answered immediately. Rachel? Where are you? There was silence. Then I heard her voice, trembling. Daniel, I'm sorry. What's happening? I wanted to meet you. I really did. Then why aren't you here? I was trying to protect you. From what? Another silence. Then she said, from my son. My heart stopped. What do you mean? Before she could explain, the call ended. I tried calling back. Nothing. Lily sat across from me, looking like she was carrying a secret too heavy for one person. You need to understand something, she said. Rachel didn't want to hurt you. She wanted to know if you were the kind of man who would stay when things became difficult. That doesn't make sense. It will. She reached into her apron and pulled out a small envelope. This was supposed to be given to you tonight. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside was a photograph. It showed Rachel standing beside a teenage boy. Noah. On the back, Rachel had written, Daniel, if you're reading this, please don't judge him before you know the truth. I looked at Lily. What did he do? Nothing, she said quickly. That answer confused me more than anything. Then why am I being tested? Lily took a deep breath. Because Noah believes every man who gets close to his mother will eventually leave. She explained that Rachel had been struggling financially since her divorce. Noah had watched his mother work 2 jobs, come home exhausted, and still pretend everything was fine. Then, a few months earlier, Rachel had been diagnosed with a serious illness. She hadn't told many people. Noah knew. And he was terrified. He thinks if his mother starts a new relationship, she'll get hurt again, Lily said. So he created the anonymous messages. I remembered the strange texts. Wait. Noah sent those? Lily nodded. He wanted you to come here, but he didn't want Rachel to meet you yet. Why? Because he wanted to talk to you first. The restaurant door suddenly opened. A teenage boy walked inside. He looked nervous. His eyes met mine. Daniel? I stood. Noah? He nodded. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then he said, I'm sorry. I expected anger. I expected suspicion. Instead, I saw tears in his eyes. My mom thinks she doesn't deserve to be happy, he whispered. And every time she gets close to someone, she starts worrying about what they'll think when they find out she's sick. He wiped his face. I thought if you knew everything, you'd leave. I slowly walked toward him. Noah, I don't know what the future looks like. But your mom deserved the chance to tell me the truth herself. He looked at me. She was scared. I know. Then he handed me his phone. There was one final message from Rachel. I am sorry I tested you. I was afraid of losing another person I loved. If you don't want to see me again, I will understand. But thank you for waiting. I looked at Noah. Then I looked at Lily. And suddenly, the entire night made sense. The unanswered messages. The strange phone calls. The hidden conversations. The empty chair. None of it had been about betrayal. It had been about fear. I asked Noah one question. Where is your mom? He pointed toward the door. She's outside. I walked outside. Rachel was sitting in an old car across the street, crying. When she saw me, she lowered her head. I opened the passenger door. You could have told me, I said gently. I was scared. I know. I thought you'd leave. I smiled sadly. Maybe you should have given me the chance to decide that myself. She looked at me through tears. So, you're not leaving? I shook my head. Not tonight. Rachel laughed through her tears. And behind us, Noah finally smiled. That night taught me something I will never forget. Sometimes people don't hide the truth because they want to deceive us. Sometimes they hide it because they are terrified that the truth will make us leave. We often judge strange behavior before asking what pain caused it. Rachel wasn't trying to trick me. Noah wasn't trying to ruin our chance. They were both simply afraid of losing someone again. And sometimes, kindness isn't about solving someone's problems. Sometimes it's just sitting beside them and saying, you don't have to face this alone. Because the people who seem the hardest to understand may be the ones quietly fighting battles we cannot see.